They say time heals everything, but sometimes, time doesn't heal, it tests. For 25 long years, he walked a road no one wanted to walk. It wasn't a road of fame, comfort, or applause, it was a road of fire. Every step burned, every mile demanded more than he thought he had. But still, he walked. He wasn't born into luxury. No golden spoon, no shortcuts, no easy beginnings. Just a boy with a dream and a will stronger than the storms life threw at him. When others rested, he worked. When others doubted, he believed. And when others quit, he kept going, not because he wasn't tired, but because quitting would have hurt more than failing. In the first few years, everything went wrong. His efforts didn't pay off. The world ignored him. Opportunities never came. People told him to be realistic, to give up and choose a simpler life. But how do you explain to the world that your heart doesn't understand? Simple. Every time he fell, he whispered to himself, one more time. Those 3 words became his weapon, stronger than money, louder than fear. He faced rejection, humiliation, poverty, yet somehow, every fall became fuel for another rise. 15 years in, the cracks started to show, not in his dreams, but in his body. Exhaustion, injuries, sleepless nights. He began to question himself. Is it worth it? The voice of doubt is the loudest when you're closest to your goal. But he didn't stop listening to his dreams. He said, if I quit now, everything I've endured will mean nothing. So he kept going. Through the pain, through the silence, through the loneliness. There were times he had nothing. No money, no food, no strength. But what he did have was purpose. He knew that one day, the same struggle that made him cry would make him strong enough to stand tall. He worked in the dark, building his future brick by brick. The nights were long, the mornings cold, but the fire inside him never died. It's easy to dream when things go right, but true warriors dream even when everything goes wrong. Year after year, he trained harder. When others celebrated weekends, he sharpened his craft. When others complained about pain, he embraced it. He learned to turn failure into focus, and disappointment into determination. People said, he's wasting his time. But what they didn't see was that he was building time, molding his future with every drop of sweat. By the 20th year, he was unrecognizable. Not because of fame, but because of growth. The same man who once doubted himself now carried scars that told stories of survival. He had learned that pain is not your enemy, comfort is. Pain teaches, comfort weakens. Every failure he faced taught him something new about himself. Patience, resilience, and the art of standing tall when everything else is falling apart. And then came the 25th year, the year everything changed. The world that once ignored him couldn't stop watching. The same people who laughed at his dreams now stood in awe of his discipline. They called him lucky, but he smiled, because luck had nothing to do with it. It was sweat, sacrifice, and years of silent struggle that brought him here. He didn't arrive overnight, he became overnight, after 25 years of never giving up. Today, he stands not just as a symbol of success, but as a reminder that greatness takes time. The generation that looks for shortcuts needs to understand this truth. You can't microwave success. You can't skip struggle. You can't avoid pain and expect to be strong. You have to go through it, every heartbreak, every failure, every rejection, because that's where growth happens. He often tells the young dreamers, you see my glory, but not my story. Behind every smile is a storm I survived. Behind every success is a failure I refused to accept. Don't envy my results, learn from my resilience. He knows what it's like to wake up tired, to fight alone, to be misunderstood, to feel like the world doesn't care. But he also knows what it's like to push through that darkness and find light, not because someone showed him the way, but because he refused to stop walking. The truth is, 25 years is a long time. But it's also proof that dreams don't have deadlines. You can start late, fail often, and still win if you refuse to stop. The clock doesn't decide your destiny, your consistency does. Every day you show up, you're one step closer to who you're meant to be. Now, when he looks back, he doesn't regret the struggle. He's grateful for it, because it made him who he is, unbreakable. The rejections made him patient, the pain made him strong, and the long wait made him wise. He doesn't just tell his story anymore, he lives it. Every scar on his body is a reminder. I survived what was meant to break me. And maybe that's what success really means, not riches or fame, but peace. The peace that comes when you know you gave everything you had. When you realize that even if the world didn't believe in you, you never stopped believing in yourself. So to every dreamer listening, remember, your story is still being written. You may be in your first year, your 10th, or your 25th, but keep going. Don't let time scare you. Don't let failure define you. Let your effort speak. Let your heart lead. Because one day, you'll look back at these painful years and say, that's where I became who I was meant to be. 25 years of struggle, but not a single day wasted. Because every step, every scar, every sleepless night led him here, to greatness. And that greatness is not his alone. It belongs to every fighter, every believer, every soul who refused to quit. So rise, work, believe, and when life knocks you down, smile, because every fall is preparing you for your rise. 25 years of pain, 25 years of patience, 25 years of persistence, and finally, purpose.